Welcome to We Love Dogs, where we delve deep into the intriguing world of human-dog relationships. Today, we're setting the record straight on the myth of the pack leader theory. Let's dive right in, shall we? The roots of the pack leader, or dominance theory, can be traced back to the mid-20th century. Renowned animal behaviorists like Rudolf Schenkel and David L. Mesh studied captive wolves and made some intriguing observations. They believed wolves in a pack fought for dominance, leading to a strict hierarchy with an alpha at the top. The theory was straightforward. Wolves, and by extension dogs, needed a strong leader to maintain order and discipline. This theory was readily accepted and promoted by various notable figures. Take, for instance, the monks of New Skate, who popularized this approach in their 1978 book, How to Be Your Dog's Best Friend. And who can forget Cesar Millan, whose TV shows further reinforced the idea of the pack leader theory. The narrative was clear and simple. To coexist peacefully with our dogs, we needed to assert ourselves as the alpha. The pack leader theory quickly became the go-to framework for dog training. As a result, techniques that emphasized dominance and control over understanding and connection became the norm. But here's the kicker. This theory didn't just impact how we interacted with our dogs. It also permeated our society, influencing how we view leadership and authority in various sectors. CEOs, politicians, even parents began to apply the pack leader theory, advocating for a top-down approach to leadership. However, in our homes and relationships with our dogs, this theory often led to methods that prioritized dominance over understanding. This approach could potentially foster fear and aggression rather than trust and cooperation. So the narrative was set. To lead a harmonious life with our dogs, we needed to assert our dominance as the pack leader. But as we'll soon discover, this narrative is not only misleading, but also scientifically flawed. Stay tuned as we debunk this myth and explore the evolution of dog training. The pack leader theory didn't just affect our furry friends. It left a profound impact on human society. Not only was it linked to our interactions with animals, but it also spilled over to various facets of our social and professional lives. Everywhere, from politics to education and even parenting, the theory was seen as an all-encompassing paradigm, a framework that could be universally applied. Intriguingly, the appeal of the theory lay in its simplicity. The alpha concept presented a compelling narrative. Be the alpha, establish dominance, and you'll have a well-ordered team, class, or family. The idea was straightforward, and it had an irresistible allure. Whether it was a corporate boardroom, a bustling classroom, or a lively household, the theory was seen as a solution that could be used to maintain order effectively. This top-down approach to leadership was absorbed and applied in various sectors across the board, shaping the way we interact with each other. The theory encouraged individuals to aspire to be the alpha, the dominant figure, thereby defining the dynamics of many relationships. However, it's essential to remember that the origins of this theory are rooted in observations of captured wolves. The extrapolation of these principles to human behavior and interaction was a significant leap. The assumption that the behavioral patterns observed in wolves would necessarily apply to humans, or even to domesticated dogs, is a considerable overreach. Not everything that works for wolves might be beneficial or applicable to humans or dogs. In politics and business, the pack leader theory promoted a culture of dominance. It perpetuated the idea that the strongest, most aggressive individuals should rise to the top. This approach often suppressed collaboration and innovation, elements that are critical for nurturing a healthy, productive team. In the realms of education and parenting, the theory led to the adoption of strict authoritarian styles. The focus shifted more towards obedience than understanding, with less emphasis on nurturing individual strengths and potential. Looking at our homes, this theory pushed training methods that prioritize dominance over understanding, risking the creation of fear and aggression instead of fostering an environment of trust. And the theory encouraged us to impose ourselves as the alpha, to establish our dominance. But does dominance truly lead to a harmonious coexistence with our dogs? Or does it only stir up fear and aggression? The answer might astonish you. In our homes, this theory led to training methods that prioritize dominance over understanding, potentially creating fear and aggression instead of trust and cooperation. However, in the latter part of the 20th century, the the scientific community began to question the pack leader theory. A notable figure in this shift was Dr. L. David Mech, a pioneering wolf biologist. Mech, who had initially supported the concept of alpha wolves, began to see discrepancies in his field observations. He noticed that wild wolf packs didn't operate through force or aggression, but through familial bonds. His ongoing studies showed that so-called alpha wolves were simply the breeding parents of the pack. These parent wolves led their families not through dominance, but through natural social structures. This revelation was groundbreaking. It upended the previous notions of wolf behavior, and by extension, our understanding of dog behavior. As Mech was redefining our understanding of wolves, other scientists were looking more closely at dogs. Researchers like John Paul Scott and John L. Fuller started to question the applicability of wolf behavior to domestic dogs. They pointed out a crucial fact: dogs aren't wolves. Dogs have been domesticated for thousands of years, shaping their behavior in ways significantly different from their wild cousins. They suggested that applying wolf behavior theories to dogs was akin to using chimpanzee behavior to guide human social interactions. Interesting, yes, but not entirely accurate or fair. This new perspective opened up a fresh area of study. Scientists began to look at dogs as unique beings with their own social structures and behaviors. They started to question the dominance-based training techniques that had been the norm for decades. Enter trainers like Ian Dunbar and Karen Pryor. Drawing on the latest scientific research, they began to develop a new approach to dog training. They focused on positive reinforcement, rewarding dogs for desired behavior rather than punishing them for undesirable actions. This method was based on the premise that dogs, like all animals, are more likely to repeat behaviors that result in pleasant outcomes. This shift in philosophy was significant. It moved away from the concept of humans as pack leaders who needed to dominate their dogs. Instead, it promoted the idea of humans as guides and teachers, helping their dogs navigate the human world. This revolution in understanding led to a shift in dog training philosophies and the rise of positive training methods. The old notions of the pack leader theory were being debunked, leading to a more compassionate and effective approach to living and working with our beloved canine companions. With the pack leader myth debunked, the world of dog training saw a renaissance. The rise of positive training methods marked a significant shift in our approach to canine companionship. These methods, backed by scientific research and endorsed by professional organizations like the American Veterinary Society of Animal Behavior, prioritize rewarding desired behaviors rather than punishing undesired ones. The benefits of positive reinforcement are manifold. First, it strengthens the bond between us and our furry friends by promoting trust and mutual respect. It's a method that operates on the understanding that dogs, like us, are more inclined to repeat behaviors that result in pleasant outcomes. In this light, training becomes less about control and more about communication. The second advantage of positive training is its versatility. It can be used effectively on dogs of all ages, breeds, and temperaments. Whether you're working with a feisty puppy or an older dog set in its ways, positive reinforcement provides a reliable and humane way to teach new behaviors and modify existing ones. This method also promotes problem-solving skills in dogs. When we reward our dogs for figuring out what we want, we're encouraging their ability to think and learn. This not only makes training more effective, but also enriches the mental lives of our dogs, keeping them engaged and happy. Lastly, positive training is safe. Traditional dominance-based methods can often lead to fear, anxiety, and aggression in dogs. In contrast, positive training fosters a stress-free environment where dogs feel safe to learn and grow. But it's important to remember that positive doesn't mean permissive. It's not about letting our dogs do whatever they want. It's about management and helping our dogs understand what's expected of them in a way that's respectful and kind. The rise of positive training methods represents a significant shift in our relationship with dogs. We're moving away from the outdated model of dominance and control towards a model of understanding and cooperation. It's a change that's not only making our dogs happier and healthier, but also deepening the bond we share with them. In this new era of dog training, we're learning to listen as much as we teach. We're learning to understand our dogs, not as subordinates, but as partners. And most importantly, we're learning that the most effective way to lead is not through force, but through kindness and respect. Positive training methods have become the gold standard, fostering a relationship built on trust and mutual respect. We've come a long way in our understanding of dog behavior and training. From the outdated pack leader theory rooted in the early 20th century, we've transitioned to a more enlightened approach. We've debunked the myth that dogs need an alpha, a pack leader, to maintain order. This idea, once so pervasive, was found to be based on misinterpreted studies of captive wolves. In reality, wolf packs operate through familial bonds, not dominance. This shift in perspective has had profound implications for our relationship with dogs. We've moved away from dominance-based training, which can foster fear and aggression, towards positive reinforcement methods that build trust and cooperation. These methods, endorsed by leading veterinarians and behaviorists, focus on rewarding desired behavior, promoting a healthier, happier bond between humans and dogs. Remember, understanding and respect form the basis of any relationship, even with our furry friends. So let's foster a bond that's built on love, not dominance.